Wonderful. Okay, lovely. Well,
Lovely to see you.
Salome and Elsa, it's lovely to see you and lovely to talk to you. And I'm so excited about you coming in October to Australia. Wow.
We're so happy to come and that you invited us and for all that you and your colleagues are doing.
And
We are so excited ourselves, and what we are going to bring is just a little addition to the amazing work you and your graduates and your students and your colleagues are already doing. We're just adding a little thing. So that's wonderful. And I also bow down to what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Salome.
So excited. I was looking at the website. The website's incredible, and
Yes, it is.
feeling into MetaVision and what it is and the land there, and it's just been exciting to start dreaming about that.
And is there anything specific that you've picked up about MetaVision? I just am curious.
I love what your orientation around the organizing principle and the way you're speaking about that, and the bringing together of anthroposophy and Chinese medicine and process work, and how I think it's in that diagram where there's the little drops of water, and you say it's with love sprinkled through.
Yes.
that there's this journey and learning, and that there's this caring for the individual as they go through that journey. I was touched by that.
Thank you.
And for me, it's additionally to all of what you said, I of course say yes to that. It is, you are doing something that I don't think can fully be expressed in words. It's subtle. It's how a person organizes their heart and where they're coming from. There's something so subtle in terms of the consciousness shift there that I very much appreciate, even if I cannot always be spoken about. That's the deepest thing for me, actually.
Thank you, Salome.
It's a hard, I just mean something so deep, so special. It's so significant and so subtle. That's what you're doing.
Wow. I'm very moved and very touched because I feel so often that's not seen, and to feel you see it is very moving for me. I think the students recognize it because
it absorbs sometimes directly. It just absorbs, but there's no concept about it. And yet, something, that's also what we come from process mind, something is shifting. And you are really forwarding that. In a way, you are already doing process mind work. We are just have our particular language, which is important and not important. But that is what I deeply appreciate about what you're doing, besides everything else.
And I love the stimulation of having people come from another country and another environment, particularly one where you spend such a lot of time with Arnie as well, Arnie and Amy. It's so, it brings a richness, and I love to be able to bring that to Australia too, as some of those drops.
That's exactly why we are coming. We are one of the drops, two of the drops, actually, 2 drops.
Wonderful. One of the things that prompted me was because of all the work you're doing, Salome, with the second training and process mind. And I know that you and Cass and Brooke have processmind.org, a organization, and you've been teaching. And I know, Elsa, you've been helping Salome a lot, working a lot with her.
Yes.
What is it about the process mind work and the second training that you feel so passionate about and have developed your own work with?
I'm just passionate about being in touch with the background intelligence behind what we dream, behind life events. And if we focus more closely on process mind, we can actually be in touch with that background intelligence that moves us this way or that way. There is many advantages to that. It helps us to understand another, because we are not only in touch with ourselves, we are in touch with what's behind the relationship. We are in touch with what's behind the community. So it helps us very deeply in the relationship.
And Elsa, how is it for you?
For me, it's another way of facilitating, coaching, being with the person, because when you can align with process mind, you see the process as it's emerging and it shows you where to go. So it allows you to tap into another capacity within yourself where things take on an aliveness in the work. And for me as a facilitator, that's exciting. And it's a way of coming home to yourself and to your style. And then from there, the work can go many directions. So it's something about this capacity to be with more and to hold more, and also to feel more at home in who you are and what you're bringing to any moment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Elsa, you've had training at PWI. You've done your diploma there. Was this part of your training?
Yes, it was part of my training, and Salome has been a fundamental part of my training.
Yes.
This is a passion for me, is the process mind.
Yes.
This aspect of process work. So
yes. Yes.
That's been kind of a continual learning path beyond the program. And yes, it is. I mean, Arnie's work around the phases and process mind and going to earth spots, that all has an aspect of that. But then what it means to facilitate from there, that's an ongoing research question for me.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And that's one aspect that we will focus on when we come. Yeah. And I also want to add to that, you see, usually we look at the difficulties we encounter in life from our ordinary mind, which is a limited perspective, and it's colored by many feelings and many emotions. And process mind invites us, additionally to that, to look at it from the largest perspective possible, deep down from how the universe and the earth moves us. And it gives us a different perspective, which is very important. Otherwise, we are from a small, little me saying, oops, I like that. Oops, I don't like that. But process mind says, this is happening. And it invites us to dance with the different energies and experiences we have. It means somehow getting along with it in a way that's not as easily possible from the little mind.
Yes. And how do you think people can learn this and work with it I'm thinking and apply it actually to their work already, because we're doing a professional development seminar, so it's bringing this element more into the training people already have, whatever it might be.
My very first answer when you say how do people learn this, either you like it or not, and people should love what they love.
Yes.
If you like coming from that place, then that's what we offer. Mm-hmm. Now, what we offer in a way is, if we come from that place, it's so much easier to apply the skill set we have. Yes, we will, in our teaching, add a couple of process work skill sets, but the deeper meaning is, from that place, it's much easier to apply what we know.
Mm-hmm.
You can elaborate on that?
Yeah, because then the skills happen from there. So, because there's one way of working where you think, now I'm going to apply this skill. And when you're in tune with that, then the skill just comes because you're seeing the signal, the shift in posture, the change in voice on the other side. And it's almost like that skill's pulled out of you. And so it's easier. And it also, being a facilitator or practitioner, it's another way of being with your work, because I know for me that I feel less crammed, and so I can be and move with more and over a period of time, there's a creativity to working from that place too. So it adds some juice and
Well,
it keeps it exciting.
It sounds like a depth and breadth as well that it really adds.
Totally, yes. Yeah.
Sounds very, very rich and exciting. Wow.
Yes.
So,
Excited about it.
what's that, Salome?
I said we are excited about it.
Yeah. And who do you think it's suitable for? You said people who are drawn to this way of working, but do people need a process work training already, or what do you feel for this? No. Can you say more about that?
People don't need a process work training. I mean, we will offer a little bit of process work training specialized to the practitioners, but no, because as you said so eloquently, if you're in touch with the deepest self, it helps you to deliver the skills in a way that actually land in a group or in the other person. Because you're already connected to the field, then when you speak, it's not saying you are the other. No, we are in it together. And this is, my skill is an offering. So no, you don't need a process work training for that part. No.
It's really for anyone, because we all have this sense of feeling well in ourselves or connected to something bigger. And sometimes, it can be someone that I would never guess has that. And yet when they're connected, something shifts in the way they are with whatever they're dealing with, whether that's their relationship, a difficulty at work. And everyone has their own way of getting there and their own experience when they're there. But it really is for anyone. And it is just this shift in awareness and perception that is incredible.
And so the focus is on relationships, and we're doing that for a whole week. Can you say a little about that? Some more? I mean, I hear what you're saying. How are we going to do this for a whole week?
Oh, that's no problem. We could have a whole month of that, a whole lifetime. Everybody needs a whole lifetime of that, yes? And one aspect that we will focus on is to appreciate the different stages a relationship cycles through and recycles through, not necessarily linearly. Like the appreciation of who are we? Are we enemies or friends, a couple or this or that? And the real finding of the vision and the myth behind who we are. And then there comes, of course, a point where I think, oh, I don't want to be with you. No. Then suddenly there is a polarization. The appreciation of the polarization, because it brings out the diversity. I am this, and you are what? You're that? So that is very, very important. And to only stay there won't create a lasting, sustainable relationship. So we also need to go beyond that into an understanding. So what is the deepest vision behind your being? What is the deepest vision behind my being? And then maybe I can see, I completely sort of also understand. I can say actually yes to that deepest hope that is behind you. And suddenly you begin to be able to say yes. And in that yes and yes, there is room for creative solutions. So then I say yes and yes, and then we don't know what's emerging now. So that's the place where actually very transformative change can happen. And then there is a place where, let's say people are very exhausted or whatever, and you just need to reach deep down or out, wherever you want to go, and find again what brought us together. And from that pool, what actually wants to emerge through our relationship, to our connections. What is it? What is the universe asking us to solve in terms of our diversity? And how are we walking the path is a teaching to others and to the whole community and the world around.
This sounds like not only will it give professional skills a depth and enable people to review and really take their work deeper, particularly graduates of Metavision, for example, who've done a professional training and are working, and always when we're working we need reinvigoration, we need to be re-inspired. But actually for anyone it's going to take all our relationships deeper, and we're all living in relationships all the time. Is that how you see it?
Yes.
Yes.
We do see it like that. I can answer for both of us there. There's no way out. We are related to ourselves, to the universe, to the earth, to each other, to the people in the street. Relating is always happening, be it inside to the different aspects of ourselves or externally to the different beings we encounter or forces we encounter. It's always relating, really.
It sounds, I'm so excited, it sounds like a very exciting week coming up.
It is such a relief if you understand, oh, me and my friend are in the stage of forming our identity.
Yeah.
Me and my friend are in the stage of bringing out our diversity. Me and my friend are in the stage of how are we going to swing with each other? It's a relief to understand, because otherwise you push yourself or others to be somewhere else than where the process is at. Mm-hmm. Now I can focus on your question.
Mm. Mm. Yes, I'm just drinking that in. Thank you. That's beautiful. I've got an image in my mind of those different phases that we might be going through all the time. Mm-hmm. So my question is, if people can't come for the whole week, what we thought was perhaps we could have people come just for the first 4 days. How would that be?
Good, excellent. I think that's perfect. Okay. I love the diversity of learners brings always a deepening of the material. Because people then bring very different perspectives. I think that's actually ideal.
Wonderful. Okay, I think that I've covered most of what I wanted to ask you about in coming to do this week intensive in October on relationships using Process Mind. It's such an exciting topic to start with, and I'm really so excited about having you both come to Australia.